don't know what to say. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie and today I am going to make a fun ruffle skirt. So I thought I'd make it into a really cool tutorial for you guys and it should be pretty easy. So over this quarantine break that we're all stuck at home for, one of my goals has been to clean out or use up a lot of my fabrics in my fabric box that I don't have any projects in mind for. So I'm trying to go through as many as I can so to have room for new fabric after I'm allowed to go out and fabric shop after this quarantine. So the fabric I'm going to tackle today is this really light floral fabric. And I've had this in my box for a while and it's been taking up a lot of space, so I thought today I would finally use it up and make a really cute ruffle summer skirt out of it. It's gonna be a tiered ruffle skirt with an elastic waistband and hopefully it'll be really cute. So let's get started. So the first thing I did is I put a little notch on the raw scraggly side of the fabric and you just tear it apart so that all the fibers are in line and are all straight and together. And it's really, really satisfying. Like, I honestly could watch this all day. I just love ripping fabric. And after that you have like a really nice straight edge. That's what I'm trying to achieve. So it makes it really easy to cut your fabric. So then I measured out and I cut out some rectangles and I did that the same way just by tearing the fabric so that it would all be the same. And here are the measurements for the first tier, and there's only 2 pieces for this whole outfit, so highly recommend. And then I cut out the smaller tier, and I actually had to cut this into 2 pieces just because my fabric was a little bit weird. But so after you sew it, it should be 78 inches. And then I took the top tier and I sewed the side seams together to get a single loop. After that, I took some really stretchy, thick elastic that I had, measured it to fit my waist, make sure it fits comfortably, and then I cut it. The next thing I was doing is I'm making the waistband. So I folded the top raw edge about 1/4 of an inch down, and then I folded it big enough to fit my elastic with a seam allowance. And then I pinned that in place and sewed it all the way around. And it's super, super important that you leave a hole for the elastic to go through. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to get the elastic in. So make sure you leave a hole, because sometimes I forget and it's really annoying. And then I took a safety pin and I put it through one edge of my elastic, and then I pinned the other side to the skirt to make sure that it wouldn't fall through the waistband when I'm doing the next step. So then basically I just push the elastic through the waistband using the safety pin, and you just kind of have to like scrunch it up and then pull it and scrunch it up again. And then I put the waistbands together after it came out the other side and make sure it's not twisted at all either, because then it'll be uncomfortable. And then I did a zigzag stitch to put the 2 elastics together. And then after that I sewed up the little hole that we used to put the elastic through. So the next part's not very hard, it's just a little bit difficult to explain. So basically I'm pulling the elastic so the fabric is evenly scrunched all the way around it, and then I'm putting pins about every 2 inches so that when we stitch the next part, you have the same amount of fabric per section. So basically I'm just pulling the elastic and stitching a top stitch about 1/2 inch down from the top of the waistband. And so this will give it a really nice finished edge and make the elastic not roll. So I did this all the way around and I did 3 different rows of this. So just stretching and sewing and stretching and sewing, and then it looks really professional and it's really cute and really comfortable. So the next part I did is I took the second tier and I sewed them all together to be another single loop. And then I just created a finished edge all the way around one long side of the skirt. And I did this by serging it and then just doing a top stitch because this part doesn't super matter. But if you don't have a serger, you can just fold it down twice and do a regular hem on it. But it should be pretty small. So the next step is to measure your fabric and create 8 even sections. So I did this by folding it in half, marking either edge,
folding it half again, marking either edge, and then folding those together and marking those edges. And you should do that on the edge that we just sewed on the second tier and the raw edge on the first tier. And so next I'm just doing a base stitch all the way around the second tier. And to do that, you have to set the stitch length on your machine to the highest, and for me that's 5, which is I think the standard. And so I just sewed 2 straight lines all the way around, about a half an inch apart from each other. And then I broke up my basting stitches into a few different sections so it's easier to get an even ruffle. And when you do the bigger stitch, you can take the threads on one side and pull them, and it ruffles the fabric all together. And so next I'm taking those sections that we divided up and I'm pinning them together so that there's the same amount of fabric per section of the skirt. And so then you'll have these big loops because obviously it's not going to be even, and that's why we're ruffling it. So I'm just pulling the fabric to fit in those even sections and then pinning it in place, and then I'm going to do a simple top stitch all the way across it in between those 2 basting stitches. And then you can go ahead and take your seam ripper and rip out the basting threads, so we don't want to see those. And then I went ahead and just put a really simple hem on the bottom. And that is the completed skirt. That's it, guys. It is actually so easy to make. It does not take a lot of time. This took me like 2 hours. And I honestly love this design of skirt. It's so cute. Alright, so here is the finished outfit that I put together for you guys. I think that this skirt is actually so cute, so light for summer, and it's really comfortable actually because the elastic waistband makes it super easy to wear, and the ruffle hem makes it just a little bit more dressy but still really fun, and this style is really popular right now too, and I think it's really flattering on anybody. And I paired it with my favorite earrings to match all the colors in the skirt, and I threw on a really cute headband too. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it and found it helpful. If you decide to make the skirt, I would absolutely love to see it. You can tag me on Instagram, even though I'm not really popular enough to be saying that. But, I'm gonna say it anyway because I would really want to see it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed making this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I will see you next week. So I'm trying to post a video every Friday. We'll see how long I can keep that up because this is very new to me. But I think it'll be a really fun challenge for myself. So if you want to be on that journey with me, you can hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye!